Alrighty guys, so here's the video I'm going to play for you, and in this video you're going to see me working on the step of your project where you are creating a tondo mask. We know that the project is round, and that's what tondo refers to, as a round project or a round art piece. And so you're going to be making a round art piece. We know for ourselves that the art piece that Marcos Raya made it's round. We've seen it. We've studied it. It's symmetrical. So we're going to create something round and symmetrical as well. And to make this really slick and look really professional and balanced, we are only going to design the first half of the artwork, and then we'll reflect the second half of the artwork onto the other side of the circle using a little tracing trick. So you're going to pour your efforts into that first half. I'm going to play this little video here and kind of walk you through it. So what I did is I just kind of jumped ahead here. This is obviously a circle that's been traced on white drawing paper using a lid or something large and round. And then what I did is I folded the paper in half, made sure both sides matched. Look at how much paper I saved there. Whew, awesome. We don't want to waste our paper, so if you are going to make a tracing using the least amount of paper, saving the most amount of paper left over so that you could even maybe get a second tracing out of it if you made a mistake on the first. Okay, so we don't throw away scraps. Okay, save it all. We are not wasters. Okay, so I folded the circle in half. You can kind of see the crease running up and down just a little bit, if you can tell. Maybe it's hard to see right now. But I took a little straight edge and I tried to guesstimate where the halfway point was, and I just drew a phantom line. I know that the eyes on a human are about halfway up our face, which it doesn't appear that way in reality, but it is. I drew the little eye opening. It kind of looks like a sunglasses eye or a sunglasses shape, and I'm going to scoot me down, 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 down. And I tried to replicate what I saw in Marcos, his work, okay? I'm leaving just a little bit of room between the eye opening and the center crease in the paper. And like I said, we will be translating and reflecting what we see on one half onto the other half. So just pour your efforts into one half. Take your time, make it look really nice and neat. If you notice, there's a little upside down teardrop right on that crease. It's right on the midway point of the artwork. And then beneath that upside down teardrop, there's two little nostrils that come out. So here I'm just going to show you a little sketching. Notice how I'm holding my pencil not right at the tippy point. Since I am making a smaller shape, I'm not holding it too far back because I don't need to have broad open strokes so much. Right. So sketch out what you're trying to draw lightly and loosely. When you do find that you are happy with what you've made, then you can overlap your work with a bit stronger of a line. Now I'm drawing the nostril on one half of the artwork. It's slightly angled. That pinched bottom part is slightly angled away from the center crease. But again, it is like an upside down teardrop, a bit wider at the top than it is at the bottom. Right, so we've got three skull shapes that are kind of close together, and I'm always looking back to that original artwork. Now I'm going to show you how to do these little shrimpy shapes, and I'm going to turn the volume on. And I'm going to scoot over here like I'm floating. I'm going to turn the volume on.
Like shading just yet.
No shading,
but,
I said.
When we do, it's going to make it look 3D. All right, so I've got my first little tube. It's kind of at the corner of the eye opening. The second tube, I'm going to draw like a backwards C. So it's not just another circle. It looks like part of this second circle is behind the first circle. And then I'm going to do that one more time. All right, so I got my three circles, and they kind of look like ice cream scoops, or a snowman, I guess, like an upside down snowman. All right, now from here, this is a fun little challenge. So I'm going to draw a line that is the tube. That's this first little tube. Zoom a little bit. There we go. And it's going to connect to here. Oh, the light's turned off. So I'm going to draw a line that goes from here, the top of the circle, to the opposite corner of the eye. So if you want to add 2 little dots there to help you, you can, because it's going to be like a sliver, right? It gets skinnier as we get closer to that inside of the eye. And then what makes it look like a tube as well are these little lines. They're like parenthesis lines, right? And then as we get skinnier and skinnier, it's getting pinched. Those lines get closer together. And it gives us the perception that this tube is flowing like further away, okay? I'm going to do this again. All right, and then one more time. All right, so we're drawing a curved line, pinches towards the corner of the eye. All these lines are converging to the same point, and the lines meet at the top of the circle, okay? And again, I'm going to draw little curved lines that are slowly get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer together. And then same for the top. So we're just echoing the curve of that original circle. Okay, we're echoing the curve.
All right, I'm moving over to the teeth pretty soon.
So here we've got those little, someone say they look like shrimp. The shrimp part of the eyes, okay? And I notice that we've got some other funky shapes. We've got kind of this angle, so this is the center fold. I made a fold there to help me realize where center is. We've got an angled shape, right? It's like a tube, almost like an orange tube. We've got another one. Another one.
You don't have to make yours look exactly like Marcos's. It can look similar. You can add different funky shapes.
Down. And then you can play with these other shapes. I know we come down into the mouth.
Try to only draw the half of the mouth, right?
So as if we are looking right through the teeth. And I'm just going to start sketching that in. It's really bizarre to draw a face this way. I've trained students to draw faces, you know, the outside looking at a face, but not from the inside. All right, so I'm going to add in those teeth. They're like little shingles almost.
Or use upside down and right side up.
If you're not missing any teeth, I wouldn't draw any teeth missing. Maybe you have a crown on one of your teeth, though. You know? Alrighty, and I know as we curve, right, the teeth start to look 3D.
It's a fun challenge.
Okay, so they look flat in the front. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. There we go.
Oh, it doesn't like my cell phone.
And then as we go along the edge here, they start to look 3D. Should we try to do that? See how it goes? Okay. All right. So here's the line of the teeth. And then we kind of have another line that sort of echoes. And it sort of goes like this, right? Where we have the bottom, straight line, and then an angled line. Bottom, straight line, angled line. Okay, and we sort of see the top of the teeth there. Alrighty, so what I want you to do is complete this drawing, get it perfected just so you like it. Feel free to add any funky futuristic looking shapes that you want on this half. Do not worry about shading, That is going to come later. That's a detail. We are worried about the big things, the main parts and pieces. And I want you to add in some funky shapes, right? Everything that we draw in here is going to be symmetrically traced over onto our other side, which I haven't shown you how to do yet. So I want you to just focus on filling this in with some interesting designs, right? So we're going to get surreal. It does not need to be realistic.
It can be very abstract.
You do need the eye opening and the mouth and the nose. But the shapes beyond that, it's up to you. I would like you to practice drawing these three-dimensional looking tubes. It's good to practice drawing things three-dimensionally. And I would like you to try to draw a three-dimensional tooth, right? So it's a little challenge I have for you. Only get one half of your drawing done. The next step, I'm going to show you how to transfer it to the other side. Okay. If you are done early, you can outline in Sharpie if you have one.
If you don't have a Sharpie, you can use dark black color pencil.
I ordered a ton of them, so hopefully those are in now. But Sharpie marker is going to have a thicker outline. That might be fine for some things. And sometimes I use just the tippy point of the Sharpie marker and just go really slow. So if you get done early, you can start to outline that first half of the face, okay? Awesome. See how bold that is? Alrighty, so your job for the day. Let's begin our Tondo, Marcos, Raya inspired artwork. Trace, cut, fold in half. Draw your guideline. That's about crossing the center of the circle. Draw the eye over that center point, leaving a little bit of room between the eye and the fold. Add in your little upside down teardrop. That's like the tip of the nose or the bridge of the nose, and then your nostril, teeth, the little shrimpy eyebrow.
All right, I'm going to pause it there. Okay. I want you to make sure that you're drawing the opening of the eye large enough, okay? So what could we compare this to? I'm going to grab the drawing real quick. Oof, okay. All right. So the opening of the eye, if I were to compare this to something in real life, I'd say it's like a donut hole, okay? Maybe a little bit larger than a donut hole. You want to leave enough room because what we're going to use to show what you're looking at, we want to be able to see it. We want to be able to see quite a bit of it. So these eye openings are like windows to another part of the artwork. So please make sure you're making them big enough, okay? Donut hole size. Good luck. I don't want to take up any more of your time. It's a long video. Bye-bye.